Hi, Kenny Long here, and I want to talk to you about rain gutters. With the recent heavy rains in South Texas, many of us have come to realize that the rain gutters on our homes either don't work or simply just don't exist, destroying flower beds and just creating a mess. Let me tell you about Curtis McCluskey with Advanced Rain Control. He is your go-to guy for seamless gutters, cleanouts, and repairs. Serving San Antonio and the surrounding areas with over 25 years experience, Curtis will get you a quality rain control gutter system on your home at a quality price. Contact Curtis at 210-863-9881 for your free quote today. That's 210-863-9881. Don't get caught in the rain without a quality gutter system on your home. From Advanced Rain Control, call Curtis today at 210-863-9881 and tell him Kenny Long sent you.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Breaking new gate.
You're listening to TYFA Radio on the TYFA Sports Network. Time for the best youth sports radio show. You're listening to The Zone. Here's your host of the show, Kenny Long.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Zone here on TYFA Radio. We're back here on a Wednesday night as the final week of the spring season has come upon us. We'll take a look at the standings a little bit later on and see who's in and who still has a shot to get that last win to get into the 2017 Spring Bowl going down to McAllen, Texas. A great weekend of football coming up, Memorial Day weekend. You don't want to miss it, but if you can't get down there, then you've got a great listening ear right here on TYFA Radios. We're going to be live down there at McAllen, Texas, the McAllen Sports Park. Bringing you some select football games, updates on scores, what's going on, bracket moves, things of that nature. A lot of great information coming your way between now and then. I had a question come up about the brackets. We'll get into that a little bit later on when those are going to come out. Obviously, that can't happen until we know who's in, and the final week is what's going to solidify that, as we got a lot of teams that still have an opportunity to get into the Spring Bowl. We're going to talk to Brian Morgan, TYFA president and CEO, a little bit later on this evening. He's going to give us information on the TYFA camp, the Dallas Cowboys football TYFA camp that's going on in San Antonio, sponsored by the Dallas Cowboys and TYFA. A lot of great stuff going on for that. He's going to give you much more information. We'll ask him a couple of questions that were submitted. I emailed everybody. I talked about it last week, and posted it all over social media, letting you know if you had any questions for Brian Morgan to shoot me an email at kenny.long@tyfa.com, and didn't get hardly anything. Nope, not hardly anything. But that's all right. But just know that when you ask that question, you want to ask it. You had an opportunity here tonight to do it. Had an opportunity here tonight to do it, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll get him on once again. And now something I got to touch on before we get into all the standings right now for spring season, heading into the final week. I know there's a big matchup in the Houston chapter coming up in the midget level between the Southwest Houston Junior Marlins and the Houston Seahawks. It's like all over my Facebook page. Everybody's talking about it. But there was, I still, and it's something that, there's going to be a question I'll ask Brian Morgan here a little bit later on. But this I'm not going to ask him this, but this is the part that just gets me. Is I am still getting a lot of, how should I put this? Negative comments about the infamous Friday Night Tykes episode between the Jets and Junior Rockets and the Floresville Wildcats. And I am not I'm here on this platform. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm just not going to do it. There's no reason to. I have absolutely no reason to get back into this. I'm simply going to say this. That episode aired, 2.5, almost 3 months ago now? The game itself occurred 6 months ago. And as I posted on the response that I gave somebody that was asking, actually making some statements, not really asking a question, I put a meme on there of Elsa the Ice Queen singing Let It Go. Let it go. It's over. It's done with. It's been dealt with. There's nothing more to talk about. There's nothing more to talk about. So I will tell you now, all listeners, whether you're involved in TYFA, whether you just listen to TYFA Radio because you know you can kind of get the inside scoop what's going on in the season, if you send me any messages regarding that football game, regarding that episode, regarding Chris Davis, regarding the referees, regarding anything that has to do with that football game, I'm going to ignore it. I may even remove the post. And if you get ugly enough, I may just go ahead and block it. It's tiring. It's done. It's over. I really don't know how to make it any clearer. We gave it its due justice. We gave it its due talk over. We gave it all the airtime that we were going to give. So as of right now, 10 minutes into my show here, I'm letting everybody know right now, let it go. I didn't have time. I had a late night at work and didn't get to do what I wanted to do before I came on the air, so I didn't get to load this thing up. But I had planned on playing that song. Yes, I was going to play the song from Elsa singing Let It Go. Just kind of give everybody that chance to kind of take a deep breath in. Just let it go. It's all over with. So we're going to move on to bigger, better things, and that is the 2017 spring season, which has been a fantastic season. A lot of great football has been played. Even though it's a spring season, it's a shortened game. It's a big running clock. There has been some epic football being played around the state. There's been a lot of chatter about getting ready to go to the Spring Bowl. I think this is going to be one of the biggest Spring Bowls that we've had, based on everybody's chatter on Facebook, on social media. We talked to Robert Lopez from the McAllen Sports and Venue Tourism Board down there in McAllen, the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, and great things that they're doing. Great things that they're ready to do for TYFA. They love TYFA in McAllen. You heard him say the businesses have been calling up the Chamber of Commerce asking when the event is going to be. They loved it last year. We make a huge impact in that area on this weekend. You'd think the NFL Super Bowl or Pro Bowl is being played in McAllen, Texas. Tom Corazzini, I see you on the Facebook Live there. Thanks for joining us. Says, I'm the man. He's all the way in Boston. Listening in Boston, Mass. What's that like? Randall Duhan says Seahawks and Marlins Part 1 this Saturday. A lot of the talk out of the midget level, and of course, it's out of the Houston chapter. And one of the biggest talkers when it comes to youth football is out of the Houston chapter. They just love to talk it up. As they like to say, they like to talk their smack. And they are laying down the smack talk. Very much so. They are laying it down. Big matchup, but, as big as that matchup is, don't forget about the other chapters. I got to tell you, Houston has a habit of doing that. They have a habit of forgetting about the other chapters. So be careful, Houston. It's not just the Marlins and the Seahawks. We're going to take a look at those standings a little bit later on. But let's not forget, as big as the spring season is this year, as many teams that are participating, as big as it's getting, the competition level has kicked it up several notches. This is just leading up to an even bigger, better 2017 fall season. This is going to be, I think 2017 fall season is going to be massive. I think it's going to be huge. If you're following a Facebook, if you're watching the Texas Youth Football Association Facebook page, they've been posting. West Texas is starting to explode out there. I think I've seen 4 Facebook entries by TYFA highlighting new organizations that are coming for the 2017 season, just out of West Texas. I think I've seen 1 or 2 out of the Dallas chapter. Let's see if that doesn't pick up. No, there's plenty of great football in Dallas and the Fort Worth area. Not forget about them. Irving Ball is coming back. Giving it a go here in TYFA. So a lot of great new organizations. We're going to be running down those organizations. I'm going to be giving them a call, shooting them some emails, getting them lined up for some interviews here on TYFA Radio as we head into the preseason of the fall season. But first, we got to get through the Spring Bowl. Final week of the spring season is this weekend. It is this weekend, folks. And as quick as it came on us, is as quick as it's heading out the door, and teams are fighting for that spot to get to the Spring Bowl. Come down for a fantastic weekend of football. Now, one of the things that happens, and it happens during the fall too, but it's starting to happen during the spring, is which chapter is going to have the most representation? Which chapter is going to bring home the coveted trophy at the Spring Bowl? Who is going to be the new 2017 spring champions heading in to the 2017 fall season? Brandon White says Irving Ball out of Dallas will turn heads. Looks like we're getting a lot of visitors in the Facebook Live asking questions well back to season 1 of Friday Night Tykes, asking if Charles Chavarria has found any work. Not in TYFA. He has not returned. Juan Zavala said made some nice comment here regarding that whole midget matchup between the Seahawks and the Marlins. Hoping that they'll get on the opposite side of the bracket for the Spring Bowl. I think a lot of people are